11 longest one-stop commercial flights based on the distance between the origin and destination. Number 1 is Air China's route between Beijing Capital Airport and Sao Paulo Guarulhos with a stop in Madrid. The distance between Beijing and Sao Paulo is 17,578 kilometers. Number 2 is the route between Sydney and London Heathrow, with a stop in Singapore coming in at a distance of 17,016 kilometers, operated by Qantas and British Airways. The 3rd to 6th longest one-stop routes are operated by Qantas. The 3rd to 5th are Qantas routes between its Sydney and Melbourne hubs to Europe with a stop in Perth. The Sydney-Perth-Paris route is the longest of the three, followed by the Melbourne-Perth-London route and the seasonal Sydney-Perth-Rome route. The Perth to London and Paris sectors are the 4th and 9th longest non-stop flights in the world, but the Sydney to Paris route is longer overall as Sydney is further away. The 6th longest route is Qantas's route from Sydney to New York JFK with a stop in Auckland. The Auckland and JFK sector is the 6th longest non-stop route. At number 7 is Singapore Airlines flight from Singapore to Houston, George Bush Intercontinental Airport via Manchester, which is a massive detour. The Great Circle route between Singapore and Houston is 15,981 kilometers, whereas the route via Manchester is 18,545 kilometers. This is 16% more than the most direct routing. The actual routing is even longer than the number 1 route in this list. Number 8 is Air Canada's route between Toronto Pearson and Sydney, with a stop at Vancouver. The 9th to 11th longest one-stop routes are a unique trio of flights between Paris and Papeete in French Polynesia, with a stop in the USA. French Polynesia is considered to be part of France, hence the flight between Paris and Papeete is a domestic flight, but there is a stop in the USA. The 9th longest flight is by French Bee, which operates between Paris, Orly, and Papeete via San Francisco. Number 10 and 11 are between Paris CDG and Papeete. But Air Tahiti Nui's flight via Seattle has a longer actual distance flown than the route stopping at Los Angeles. Air Tahiti Nui and Air France both operate Paris to Papeete via Los Angeles.